Communication allows us to express our thoughts or feelings or needs and allows us to connect and understand other people. Today we're going to talk about pace in communication. So when I say pace, what do I mean by pace? I mean the speed at which you talk. Do you talk faster? Do you talk slower? Or are you even aware that you have that pace exist? Okay, have anybody ever said you talk too fast or you talk too slow? Okay, so we're going to look at the pace in communication and how it can affect or impact communication. Some languages like Japanese or Spanish are fast-paced languages. When you hear native speakers speak them, they are really fast. They tend to be really fast. And sometimes you may have a harder time keeping up with what the person is saying. And so when the native speaker is speaking in English, they tend to speak English with the same speed that they're speaking their native language, and so it makes it difficult to keep up. Recently, I was getting some help on my computer. The person on the other end, the tech person, was a native speaker from a different place, and although he was speaking in English, he was speaking English with a faster speed, which is how he speaks in his native language. And so I was having a hard time keeping up with what he was saying and had to ask him to slow down because I was having trouble keeping up. So that's what I mean by the pace. Sometimes people may not even realize they're doing that, or even, paying attention to their talking faster because they're just so used to it. Your brain is used to a certain way of speaking, and so it's not going to change. It's just going to keep the same pattern. By nature, I have a slower pace, so if somebody's speaking to me and they're talking really fast, it feels like they're rushing and it's just everything's coming at once, and so I may need to ask them to slow down. So what does speech pace indicate? So if you're a fast talker, it can tell us a lot about the emotional state that you may be in that moment. It can tell us about the urgency. Let's say there's a 911 call. Somebody on that line is going to expect you to speak a lot faster because you are having an emergency. Okay. The pace can also tell us, if you're a fast-paced talker, can tell us that you are excited about the subject that you're talking about. Okay, and it creates excitement, so you're talking fast because you're so excited about it. And like I said earlier, people can also have a hard time keeping up with what you're saying if you're speaking too fast. On the other hand, a slow pace can indicate a number of things. It could indicate that you're sad, okay, that you're sharing something and that you're sad. It could indicate the importance in a point that you're making because you want to stress a certain point, and so your pace is slower. It could also indicate lack of confidence. And when this happens, people are going to lose interest and they're going to stop paying attention. It could also indicate that you're confused, okay, in that moment. It could also indicate that you're nervous or you're shy when you talk slow, or you're playing with your hair, or you're playing with your nails, okay? So those are just some things to pay attention to. So say you go to a lecture and the speaker has the same tone throughout the entire lecture. It's going to make it very boring. It's going to make it unengaging, uninterested. You're going to feel like you're ready for this to be over because there's no excitement, there's no intrigue being created by the speaker. So in order for us to keep our audience engaged, we want the audience to have the ability to follow what we're saying. So we need to include or incorporate a mixture of maybe faster and slower tone. Okay, when you want to make an emphasis, when you're excited about something, you may have a faster tone when you're speaking, or a faster pace, I should say. So just some things to keep in mind. So just to summarize, we want to mix it up. Keep the majority of your talk in the ordinary conversation range, and then change your pace to emphasize points in your message. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.